Hey Perry family, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me. My name is Nichelle Womack and I am a life transition strategist. I help the dreamers, the aspiring, and the new business owners transition in their life with information and inspiration to start, market, and grow into the CEO. What's going on, everyone? How are you guys? Thank you so much for inviting followers, Amanda. I greatly appreciate you. Hey warrior, how are you? Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I greatly appreciate you sharing on Twitter there too. Thank you so much, Amanda. You guys are absolutely fabulous. I pray it's been a great day. It has cooled off. I've been in. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your evening. I just got back. I've been roaming around the country, I guess. Different places. I was in Vegas and it was hot. I mean hot. Like 115 degrees plus 10 degrees when you talk about the heat index. I just really don't know how people down there survive in that type of weather. I mean, we have hot weather, but it's more humid. So how was your day? How was your day? Did everybody have an absolutely fabulous day? I pray that you did. Yes, welcome. How are you, Starlit? How you doing? Thank you so much for joining in with those purple hearts. I think that's what they say. Yes, Starlight. I think that's what that is. Yes. So hello, how are you? Thank you, and thank you for coming into my space. I greatly appreciate you. What's going on? I got it. Praise God. How you doing, Sujex? I think that's what that says too. That right on here. Look, I see Periscope has updated some stuff since the other day I was on here 2 days ago. They've updated some stuff. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I greatly appreciate those beautiful hearts. Just a reset here. Again, my name is Nichelle Womack and I'm a life transition strategist. I help the dreamers, the aspiring, and the new business owners transition in their life with information and inspiration to start, market, and grow into the CEO. I've been a business owner for over 20 years. I've worked in corporate America for over 20 years, but most importantly, I've been the CEO of me, which means no job for the last 10 years. I have an MBA in business, a BA in business, and I'm currently pursuing a PhD in human behavior. That's why I'm just leaving class. And so my mind is warped here, but I said, let me get on here and let's talk about some business, because business, you can talk about that every day. Hello, Pink Bean. I think that's what that says. Thank you so much for sharing. Montes Com, I think that's what that says as well. And so you're 22 years old and you don't know what business to start, but I want to make money, real-time money. You got to go with your passion. You got to go with your passion. You're getting into real estate. It's a great business to get in. Thank you for sharing, Starlight. I greatly appreciate you. Real estate is a wonderful business. Music is a wonderful business, but you got to go with your passion. Because guess what? If you don't go with your passion, you're not going to enjoy it and you're not going to give it your A+ game. And so that is so important, whatever business you start. I know I hear people all the time, because I work with some clients, they have silent partners. They're just in the business to make the money. And that's cool too. You can do that. Be a silent partner in a business if you are just giving money to a business to make it work, to make the money. But I tell you what, if you are working something, you got to know something about it and you got to be engaged in somewhat in the process. Otherwise, you end up losing money, respect, and all of that of the sort. So you want to make certain that you stay on top of the game of business. And that's why I want to share with you today 5 myths, because I have people every day to tell me they want to start a business. That's cool. I'm glad you want to do that. Mm-hmm. However, I must make you aware that being in business is not for the faint at heart. Thank you so much for inviting followers. I greatly appreciate you, EFX. And so it's not for the faint at heart. And so therefore, you need to sit down and you need to rationalize with yourself to see if there's something you want to do. Because it's not kids play. It's real talk. It's real serious, especially if you want to make a career out of it. And being an entrepreneur is a career. We see a lot of the universities now, they're offering entrepreneurship as a degree for people that are seeking degrees in it. You can get that now. And so you want to stay on top of your game at all times. So let's get into myths about the business, starting a business, myths about plan B. Because for most, I know for me it was, starting a business is a plan B. As if you know my story, I started a business when I was younger and it really got into full effect when I was in college. It got into full effect in college because I finally realized and recognized that I did not want to go get a job. Everybody else was talking about, well, I'm going to graduate and I'm going to get a job and I want to work for this company and that. You know, I had to do that. It wasn't because I wanted to. I saw my passion more so was helping build a business, a brand for Nichelle Womack. And I tell people all the time, you are a business, not just an entity that you start. You are a business. You have to market yourself as the CEO. And so even if that's going to get a job, you must market yourself as the business, because what you're taking to that business are your marketable skills, your personality, the skills that you learned in education, the skills that you learned in life. All of those things equip you as a business owner. So even if it's not an entity that you're starting, you still should walk around as the CEO of you. The first thing I want to share with you, thank you so much for those beautiful hearts. To all my replay viewers, thank you so much for coming in and pressing the little Perry do to follow me, connect with me. I don't have followers. I have family that I connect with. And then tapping that heart for that scream for love. I greatly appreciate that as well. Love makes the world go round. Yes, it does. Love makes the world go round. So number one, people come to me every day and they tell me they want to start a business. But guess what? They ask me, how much is it going to cost? Well, depending on which business you want to start, it varies. You know, if you're buying a franchise, you got to look at so many different things. And I'm going to do a scope on that as well, talking about franchises, because you got to pay royalty fees. If you are, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. If you are starting a business and somebody else has done the work, put in the plan, developed the modes of action and everything, and all you got to do is pay them a fee, you got to pay a royalty fee with that. And so, you know, and I go both ways with that, because when I started my real estate business, I had the option to go with one of the larger franchises, and I chose not to because I wanted to brand my own company. But if someone is wanting to take away all the time that it takes to start a business, then franchising may be beneficial for you. You know, but you got to look at what you want to start, because there's McDonald's on every corner. You want to bring something to the neighborhood that's going to be viable and that's going to make money in the long run. That's the key. I don't know anybody that goes into business besides nonprofits, but you still got to get some money some kind of way, that goes into business not to make a profit. And if you are going into business, that should be your goal, to make a profit. So let's get into this. Business is not free. It's not free. Now, I do operate one business that it was free for me to start. However, in order for me to get my name out there, thank you so much, it costs money. In order for me to get my name out there, I had to have some type of results to make that happen. Marketing, business cards, word of mouth. You know, I had to be able to share information about the company I represent. You know, it's not free. Business is not free. And so many people let the signs fool them. You know, you can get started with little to no money, but to think you're going to start a business with no money, it's not free. So that is a myth. If someone tells you that starting a business is free and that you can start for free, if I were you, I would run, because they're lying. There is nothing that's viable that you're going to start that is going to be free. Now, you may get away a little bit not having to put a lot of money and invest a lot of money in it, but eventually you're going to have to spend money to make money. I mean, that is just the algorithm of life. Whatever you want to do, it's going to cost you money. And I think you have a greater respect for it. You know, when you invest in something, you have a greater respect for it. Just as I tell my homeowners all the time, you know, if you're renting to someone, they're not going to respect your house like you will. If you are starting a business, if you put your hard-earned dollars in it and your work and your efforts, you're going to respect it. You're going to treat it like a baby. You're going to wrap it up and coddle it. You're going to make certain that you change its diaper when it needs to be changed by implementing new things into your business. You're going to do whatever you can to make that business succeed if you put money into it. And so, you know, when people tell you that you can get started with it and it's free, that's a lie. And that is a myth of the plan B, the business plan. So the next one I want to share with you is anyone can start a business. That's a myth as well. No, anyone cannot start a business. Why? Because everybody does not have the desire, the same goals, the same objectives, and the same passion to start a business. As I just mentioned to you earlier, starting a business is not for the faint at heart. I can't tell you how many times I've cried, literally on my knees, because something did not go right in my business. And what I decided to do was that, you know, I had to go back to point one, start from the beginning. Sometimes you have to start from the beginning to see where you messed up at. and eventually throughout your business, you will find out where you messed up. And that's why you must always be in the mode of learning and planning. Because if you stay in the mode of learning and planning, you will always elevate yourself in some capacity of your business. So no, anyone cannot start a business, and don't be fooled to think that is the case. You got to learn why you are starting a business. You got to learn what you're marketing. Now, you can go and grow as you go. You can definitely do that, because I work with a lot of people that are just getting started and they're like, I don't know anything about it. But my first recommendation to them always is to get some knowledge about what you're promoting. Just like I do network marketing, and I share with people in the network marketing business, all network marketing is not the same. And so therefore, whatever company you are with, you must understand that company, their principles, their philosophies, so that you can represent them well and represent yourself well as a business. You just can't go out. Every company has a business plan that you have to follow. Even if you're running your own, you have a business plan that you have to follow. So you have to be aware of how you're going to take your services to the next level. And that's, first of all, understanding the process. You got to understand the process. Thank you so much for those beautiful hearts. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. Again, my name is Nichelle Womack. I'm a life transition strategist. I help the dreamers, the aspiring, and the new business owners with information to start and market and grow into the CEO. That's what I do. And I've been doing that for over 20 years. I'm educated with every type of certification there is, but that doesn't matter, because that's another myth that I want to share with you. No education is needed. No education. That is a myth. Yes, you don't have to have a degree. No, you don't have to have an MBA to start a business. You don't have to have a BA, and you don't even have to have an associate's. If you look at some of the most successful people, they are college dropouts. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. None of them graduated from college. And to go another level, Oprah Winfrey. She went back and got her degree. Yes. You say that to your sister? Yeah. So when people tell you that I have to have a degree to start a business, that's a lie. But I will tell you that the more education you have, the better off you are. And the reason being is because, especially, yes, education is needed, but no, traditional education is. That is so true. You can learn so much on Periscope. You can learn so much on YouTube. You can learn so much just Googling. You can learn a lot. But I will advise you, it is always good to have someone in your corner who's done it. Who can confess to doing it, who can show you proof and documentation that they've done it, and who is on your side to help you succeed. Now, going at it by yourself is really scary. Yes, educate yourself. And you should do that every day. Experience is key. Education and experience is key. Because a lot of what you will find in business, you've already done. What you will find in business, you've already done. What you need to do is just really magnify it. You need to become an expert at it. And I don't even believe in expertism. No, because I think every day we're growing to be greater at what we do. So I don't believe in being an expert, even though some would classify themselves as that, but I just don't believe in that, because I believe there's always something that we can learn. You are alone and need help. Well, if you need help, you can email me at info@NichelleWomack.com. And we can talk about that, what your needs are, what your desires are. I do offer a 15-minute consultation for people who are just starting out in business and who just want someone to pounce ideas on. I'm available to you for that. And then if we need to go further, we can do that. So info@NichelleWomack.com. Education is not needed. That is a myth. Even though you can start a business without it, my suggestion is, if you want to be in full effect, if you want to succeed at a higher level, if you want to make as much money and help as many people as you possibly can, you need to get educated in what it is that you do. You need to understand what you are talking to people about, why it's better than the competition, what makes yours different. So education is needed. Don't be fooled by that. Yes. Help. Help is so important. And when you stop asking for help, or when you're afraid to ask for help, that's when the problem takes place. So many people are too proud to ask for help. And we all need help at some point in our lives. So that's number 3. Number 4, you need to have a great idea to start a business. That's another myth. You don't need to have a great idea. Why reinvent the wheel? There's so much stuff that you can do out here that has already been done. What you need to figure out is, what can you do to make it better? What can you do to make it work differently? What can you do to give it a different spin on it than somebody else did before? You know, if you look at all the great inventions out there, I once saw a quote that says, if you think a stupid idea is stupid, look at the guy that created the noodle, the little swimming noodle. He was a millionaire, but he sold his company and made money. He profited from that. And so you have to know. I guess the most important thing is, yes, good point. Yes, the most important thing is, you know, one thing that I always said in my business, now I'm not a CPA, a certified public accountant, but I took accounting in school in getting my business degree. In undergraduate and graduate, I took accounting. It's not my favorite subject. In fact, I hate it. Thank you so much for sharing. I greatly appreciate you. In fact, I hate accounting. But I tell you what, I'm not going to let somebody count my money for me. Okay? So you need to learn debits and credits. You need to learn how to budget. And you need to know where your money is going, because if you leave all of your finances into the hands of someone else and you have no knowledge of it, you might get got. Yes, you might get got. Yup, you might. And so you don't have to be an expert in it, but you must understand. You love accounting? Look, good for you. That was not my favorite subject, but I did learn debits and credits, and I know how to count my money, and I know where things need to go. Yes. I don't like it either, but it's important that you understand the principles behind it, because that will help you in business success. Because I have a CPA, and my CPA, I send her a spreadsheet at the end of my quarter every quarter I send her a spreadsheet, and she's asking me to insert things and all that kind of stuff. I said, okay, that's what I pay you to do. But I do the basic stuff, and I look and see how much I've profited, how much I've spent, how much I've given away, and things of that nature, because I can explain that to her. And she likes that, because she says she has so many business owners that come and they don't even know the beginning or the end. And if she was an unkind person, which we have a lot of people in the world like that, they can take advantage of you. You look at people, entertainers. A lot of entertainers go bankrupt. Why? Because they don't know how to allocate their funds. Yes, you definitely need a trustworthy CPA. And some people go to, not to discredit any of the tax agencies and things of that nature, but I believe I need somebody certified, especially when you start making more income. You need somebody that is licensed, certified public accountant. They're licensed in that area to help you. So if they mess up, it's on them. It's on the little bitty small agencies as well, but I like to have someone that I can deal with that knows my business, that understands that I do real estate, that knows how to take those tax deductions and all of that stuff to help me get a refund at the end of the year. Yeah, so you want to be able to go with those experts in their area. Yes, that proclaim to be experts, that understand the business, that can help you not only start your business, market your business, but grow your business as well. It's so key to have that. So number 4, you don't need to have an excellent idea. And to be honest with you, you don't even have to have an idea. You just need to know that you want to go into business, but then you need to have a plan of what you're going to do when you go into business. So at some point, you're going to have an idea of what you want to do. But just to say, I want to start a business, I want to learn more about it, you don't have to have an idea to do that, to learn more about business. Number 5, you need to know a lot of people. Yes, wholesale, flip, rentals. Yes, so key. I didn't know much about wholesale, flip, and rentals. I knew about rentals because I've always had rental property, but I did not know about wholesale and flip. And someone was trying to teach me. And I said, you know what? I greatly appreciate they were charging me a fee, so I paid the fee. But then I started self-educating myself, because they were teaching me stuff that I knew, but then they were teaching me stuff I didn't know either. And so that was a good thing, because you always have to be teachable and coachable. Yes, you must remain teachable and coachable no matter what business that you're going into. Teachable and coachable, because once you know everything, there's, really, why are you doing it? None of the business owners that are very successful in life know everything. They're always in the mode of learning. Always. And you must stay that way as well. So you don't need to know a lot of people. That's number 5. That's a myth. I don't know a lot of people, so I can't start a business. That's a lie. Thank you so much. Welcome. How are you? I greatly appreciate those violet hearts. Thank you. So you don't need to know a lot of people to start a business. And I'm going to, first of all, use 2 businesses that I do: real estate and network marketing. Starting off with real estate. The key to being an excellent real estate agent, I'm a broker, but an agent, you got to get out there and network. And that's in any business that you do. You got to get out there and talk about what you do and how you can change lives and what you can do to make people's lives better. It's not about you. It's about the people that you're helping. And so whatever business that you're in, you got to be able to share with them what makes you different. What makes your service different? What makes your product different? And once you can share that with people, you have to find out what their needs are. Because you're not selling. You're selling to their needs and their wants. You're not selling for you want a commission. You want to be paid. So you got to figure out what are the needs and wants of the client. And once you figure out the needs and wants of the client, you can address them. And once you address them, then you'll be able to sell them. And once you sell them, then you can close the deal. It's as simple as that. So you don't have to have a huge contact list to go out there and market your business or your service. Thank you so much for sharing. I greatly appreciate you, DC baby. But you must have the desire, the tenacity, the willingness to get out there and tell people what you do. I don't think you need business cards to start, even though it helps. Remember I said some people think you can start a business for free? Those $10 business cards, even if it just have your name and your contact number on it, that's all you need. You need something so people can get in contact with you. And then from there, once you get your client, you can build a website, go from there. But you got to start somewhere. Again, it's not free to start a business. And that is myth number one. But you do not need to know a lot of people. And as far as network marketing, I have people say that all the time. Well, I don't know enough people to sell this to. Yeah, you do, because they may not want it, but somebody they know wants it. Same thing with real estate. Same thing for any business. The person that you're selling to, they may not need your services, but they may know somebody that does. And so keep that in mind. I always think of this, ABC. Always be selling. Yes, always be closing. You need a brand story. People need something to connect to. Yes, you do. And that's why I said, what makes you different? Because if nothing makes you different and you're like every other agent out there, you're like every other business owner out there, there's nothing to distinguish you from the other person. And I think people buy not only from people they like, because sometimes they don't even have to like you to buy from you. If they trust you, they respect you, and you give them what they need. Unique value proposition. So key. You learn that in school. That's what we learned in marketing in school. And I teach that to my students all the time. Unique value proposition. Thank you for sharing it. I greatly appreciate you. You gotta make certain that you're unique. Now, as I mentioned, there's no need to recreate the wheel. You might have something that somebody else has. But what makes yours different? What makes yours stand out? It could be as simple as customer service. Yes, you teach it to your clients. Great. I'm so glad to hear that. I teach it to my students and my clients too. You gotta figure out what it is that makes you different. It could be customer service. It could be response time. It could be how you make people feel. Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That is my philosophy. That's what I stand by. That's what I teach. The better you make people feel, the more you make people feel better, yes, the more they're going to make you feel better. Because not only that, they're going to refer to you. They're going to think you are the bomb. They're going to tell other people about what you do, and they're going to share it. And no matter what social media has done, I still believe in word of mouth. Because one person, that's all it takes. One person to destroy your brand. And you are your brand. Remember, I started with that. You are your brand. You walk around like a business. Even if you don't own one, you own this business of you. The CEO of you. And you have to own it. And when I say own it, you have to be confident in it. You have to be willing to take opposition and stand firm. And being able to say what you can do and how you can make it better. Yes, I truly believe that. And that, I'm not going to say that is what has helped me be successful for 20 years in business, but it has a lot to do with it. It has a lot to do with being confident in what you do, who you are, whose you are, and how you can change the lives of others. Again, it's not about you. It's not about how much money you're going to make in the process. The bottom line is what you can do for people. Remain a servant in business. Good. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for sharing. And I greatly appreciate those beautiful purple hearts. Yes, it's what you can do for other people. The more you do for other people, the more they will do for you. Yes, your name is Barbara Sheena, your sister. Wow. And you got to be prepared for all types of things in life. Because everybody, number one, is not your customer. You're going to get a lot of people that just come around you just to drain you for information. You're going to get people that come around because they ain't got nothing else to do. But you have to know how to deal with everyone, each and every one of them in their respective manner. Yes, for real. Mm-hmm. Yes, you must. You must. The audio is off. Okay, it is off. I hope it isn't. I hope you can hear me. I had it up very, very, very loud. I think everybody can hear me. And so that is my message for you today. If you are interested in starting a business, I'm so excited. If you don't know anything about business, if you want to get more information about business, I do have a lot of great things to offer you. Number one, you love the message. I greatly appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, DC Baby. I greatly appreciate you being here, giving all that love. If you want to learn more about business, I do have some information. You can go to bit.ly 6 steps to start a business. That's bit.ly 6 steps to start a business. You can go there and you can learn more about information about starting business. And I also have a class that's coming up. A class that I'm going to teach you everything there is to know about the basics of starting a business, because the basics are so important. You got to start somewhere before you can get to the next level. The name of the class is bit.ly Small Business Clinic. You can go check either one of those sites out. bit.ly Small Business Clinic. You can go there. That class will be starting soon. I might have to push it back to the next week. It's supposed to start. Yes, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you, DC Baby. That is number one, the Small Business Clinic. And number two, it is bit.ly 6 steps to start a business. I give you some brief and simple tips that you can get started today. Now, if you need additional work, which I told you, starting a business is so key in learning and getting information, you can sign up for the Small Business Clinic at bit.ly Small Business Clinic. My name is Nichelle Womack, and as I mentioned, I'm a life transition strategist. I help the dreamers, the aspiring, and the new business owners transition in their life with information and inspiration to help you start, market, and grow into the CEO. Now, believe it or not, a lot of people say they want to own a business, but they never start. They're dreamers. They're dreamers. They don't know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and there's never a perfect time to start a business. That's another myth. There's never a perfect time to start a business. The perfect time is now. Because the longer you wait, guess what? Somebody else can come up with your idea. And not only that, the longer you wait, the less motivation you have. And so if you find it a need, I work with people who are transitioning from 9 to 5. And I also work for people who lost their job and they're looking for another way, another path. I encourage you, start a business, because each and every one of you have gifts. Everybody has a gift that has yet to be unwrapped. And I help you do that. I help you find out what your gift is first. And then we unwrap it. And then guess what? We share it with the world. It's so key because each and every one of you has a gift. Maybe you haven't identified it yet. And that's where I come in when I tell you about information and inspiration to help you start, market, and grow into the CEO. It's not an easy process, but it's a worthwhile process. And not only that, transition, change. That's what I help you do. Change your life. Change is good. Some people are not ready for change. You got to be ready to adapt to change in order to change. You got to have an open mindset. It starts up here, in here, and then action. Everything is facilitated around action. What are you ready to act upon in your life? Yes. DC Baby, those purple hearts are beautiful. I thank you so much. Thank you for everybody coming in. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. May everything you touch turn to gold. Yes, I do believe that. If you think it, you believe it, you will receive it. And then you speak it into existence. But then you got to act on it. I am a faith-driven business leader because everything that I have done, it has been by the Most High, who has facilitated me with the skills, the ability, and the desire to take my life to another level and help others do the same. And so if you are interested in working with someone with those principles in that background, then I am the life transition strategist for you. Yes. All my replay viewers, thank you so much. My YouTube viewers at Nichelle Womack, thank you so much. And the People Connect podcast. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for being in my space. And may everything you touch turn to gold. God bless you. And I'll talk with you very soon. Thanks again for sharing. Thanks again for all the people that are connecting with me with the Perry Do and all those wonderful hearts. Be blessed and highly favored in everything that you do. I'll talk with you later. Mwah. Be blessed. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for the hearts.